What the hell are you doing, man?
What the hell are you doing? You're supposed to be skydiving.
I had no idea if this was happening today.
We talked about it yesterday, like skydiving episode.
All right.
Whatever. I mean, is it noon yet?
It's noon. Seriously? Garland? Hey everybody, thanks for staying up till noon. My name is Ryan.
My name's Cory.
And yeah, that was a pretty interesting little intro you had going there.
I can only find Garland.
Garland was what we had to use. We couldn't find
Garland.
anything else for the
Special effects is what we do.
We need some money. We need $4 to buy some ribbon.
And a more powerful fan.
Yeah, and a more power. That fan was like this tiny.
Shut up, you're supposed to do it with me.
No. Anyways, guys, this episode, if you haven't gotten the picture of it, it's
Crazy things done while skydiving.
some of these are pretty.
First of all, have you ever gone skydiving?
No, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, you said you hate
Terrified
heights.
of heights. Yeah.
See, me too, but I did go up in a hot air balloon, and I was a little bit worried about that. Like I wasn't gonna pass it up because I knew it would be a fantastic experience. And once you're up there, like I'm sure people who have gone skydiving or who have gone in air balloon stuff, once you're up there, you'll just lose like all concept of
Fear.
Yeah, well, fear. I mean, because you're in a totally different world, and it's not. You can't really relate it. Like you're not standing on top of an apartment block saying, "Okay, I'm 12 stories down, like this is crazy high," whatever. When you're up there, it's like a totally different world.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I would never pay to do it because I just don't want to do it because of how scared I am. But if it became free, even then, I don't think I would do it for free. I think I'd have to get paid to do it, to be honest.
But you know what? There's obviously not only people that end up doing it, but it becomes an addiction to them.
Yeah,
and,
totally.
Then one person does one thing, and how can you top the other?
And that's a lot of examples in this episode that we're going to have for you right now. So take it away, I think.
I will. Yeah, the very first one that I got here is in a Japanese language razor, like a shaving commercial.
Mm-hmm.
A man shaves his face after he's jumped out of a plane. So
oh my god, like
pretty dangerous.
I have a hard enough time shaving like in front of a mirror when there's nothing.
And whatever's
I don't shave that often, as you can tell, because I cut myself too often.
As you can see in the picture, whatever's on his face is flying up into his goggles and everything, and he's I don't know if he shaves his whole face or not. Like you'd have to shave really flipping fast.
Yeah, no kidding.
But it was part of an ad campaign in which men shave under extreme conditions, and one of them was engaging in pro wrestling while he's shaving.
That's awesome.
And one was riding a mechanical bull, which to me I think is probably even more crazy than because you're
skydiving. You can control it because you're just constantly having force against from the wind, right?
But the bull it's bucking around and
somebody died while doing that.
What do you got?
I got getting a tattoo.
That you know what? I think I heard something about this, and that is nuts.
Yeah, like that is freaking crazy. Not only does it take one person to get a tattoo, it also takes one person to give it.
Yeah.
I guess in this case it was.
And you can see, as you can see in the picture, they're not going tandem. Like the guy's not attached to him, and he's reaching under tattooing. Like they both jumped, met up, and he's doing the tattoo, and he's got to do it fast.
So yeah, the lucky guy's name is Jonas. Got a WFFT tattooed.
What does that stand for?
World's first freefall tattoo. Makes
sense.
Obviously, he broke a record because of that, but 13,000 feet.
So
4,000 meters high in Sweden. That was.
And I don't know. I mean, I know the average free fall is only about it's under a minute.
Yeah, so they obviously had to.
Like these weren't done while they were floating with their chutes. They were free fall.
Yeah, there was a free fall tattoo.
So that must have been
WFT is not that big of a tattoo either. Like,
no,
it's
but
just
still, like
it's still like
You don't just go. You're not just writing it like. But yeah, that's pretty amazing actually.
That's really cool. Yeah.
This one here, when the picture pops up, like when I first researched it, I was just howling there because this like someone was like thinking, what can I do here? So anyway, this guy did ironing while parachuting, and there's actually a sport it's called extreme ironing. Is the latest dangerous sport combining the thrills of extreme outdoor activity with the satisfaction of a well-pressed shirt.
Wow.
And it's basically an extreme sport while people, where people take on an ironing board to a remote location and do crazy ironing. So this guy, sky surfer Mike Frost and Steve Scott, go extreme ironing over Oxfordshire, UK. So they go skydiving while ironing.
That's pretty, like, I guess, like, if you're gonna do two things at once, you might as well.
But how,
Yeah.
like how do you control that? Like, is the board tethered to you? You know,
I
like,
guess it kind of yeah.
And just a picture just made me crack up.
Yeah, that's awesome. This one's pretty good. This one actually has a really it's kind of an invention too at the same time. Kayaking. Dangerman Miles Dacier casts a bizarre image paddling across the sky 13,000 feet up in a kayak. The daredevil has turned extreme sports skydiving on its head after deciding to jump out of the plane in equipment normally used only in water, giving birth to skyyaking.
Kayaking. That's awesome.
That's a sweet name.
You know what?
Skyyaking.
They must have thought of the name first. Like,
yeah, for sure. They're probably like, man, it'd be pretty cool to like kayaking in the sky. Like that's perfect. And they're like, we have to do it.
But how did you land? You know, like
I guess
that's pretty awesome.
Very uncomfortably.
And here's one that I thought you might find interesting because you are such a fan of this. But solving a Rubik's Cube.
Oh yeah.
Some people may take years to solve Rubik's Cubes. I know I'm one of them. I suck at it. But others do it faster under pressure. And this guy managed to do it in 32 seconds while skydiving.
That's impressive. That's crazy.
So, I mean, that just goes to show you that that's probably about the average free fall time.
Yeah.
2003, a man jumped tandem with an instructor from 12,000 feet. He only had 30 to 40 seconds of free fall before they had to open the chute, which would be plenty of time in a living room.
Yeah.
But it's a different story when you're hurtling towards the earth at 130 miles per hour.
Wow.
He drilled a hole in one of the corner pieces, tied it to the cube and to his wrist in case he couldn't hold on to it.
Hold on to it.
You know?
Just in case they happened to let go because he didn't want to have to restart or have to fall from the plane again, I guess.
And interesting enough, he had trained a few times by leaning out of a car at 80 miles per hour trying to solve it.
Wow.
This was his first time jumping, and in the end it took him about 32 seconds. No skip steps, 8-turn orientation, 13-turn permutation, whatever that means, because I'm not a Rubik's Cube guy. But anyway, pretty amazing.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Very impressive. So this one's pretty cool. Wedding proposal.
That's neat.
When men are planning to propose, it's always good. You know, you want to surprise the person. You want to make sure it's romantic as well. Well, a man named Adam thought it would be really cool to propose to his wife Jillian by jumping out of a plane and proposing from falling.
Like screaming it, I guess.
Yeah. Will you marry me? That's
amazing though. Yeah,
that's a really cool way to do it.
It is.
Like of all ways to propose, that one's got to be the most extreme way to do it. I can't think of anything more extreme than that, to be honest.
You know, I have one here. It's to me it doesn't seem very crazy, but I thought I'd mention anyways. SMS texting, obviously. Like, of course, people have done it. Like, you know that people have their phone everywhere with them. So there's a group of high-flying daredevils that give new meaning to extreme texting. 10 skydivers from Samsung Mobile attempted to get a Guinness World Records for fastest text messaging while skydiving. The team of professionals text message while free falling from 12,000 feet outside of LA at the Samsung Mobile Extreme Texting event. The challenge was the furthest thing from being easy. The skydivers had to accurately text message the following tongue-twisting phrase given to them by the Guinness World of Records, which may be nearly equal as difficult to say. So they had to text this while free falling. The razor-toothed piranhas of the genera Suraculum and Pygontris, I can't even say half this stuff.
Oh my god.
We'll put it on the bottom here so you guys can read it. Are the most ferocious freshwater fish in the world. In reality, they seldom attack a human. The skydivers only had 1 minute to text this phrase while free falling before pulling their parachutes and gliding to the ground.
That's crazy, especially because I guess they gotta do everything like the the
All
capital
yeah, they
letters
have
and all
to-
that stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. That's a lot of like I don't think I can even do that here. Like
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Here's another good one. Accounting. In the past, most of us have stifled a yawn when someone mentioned the word accounting, while the rest of us are busy coming up with jokes and how boring accountants can be. Well, this guy, this a sport called extreme accounting that proves that accountants aren't that dull while they're doing taxes
Doing
skydiving.
taxes while skydiving.
How do you even? I don't. That case, the other ones are like okay, you kind of have to do it pretty quick and all that stuff. But how the hell can you do this? Do you bring papers up there? Like, how do you do that? Like, how can you do
I don't know.
accounting while skydiving?
They have to give them some sort of a task and say, do these taxes or do whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's crazy.
That's pretty. Because yeah, it's not like you can do it unless you have a really easy like tax form. It doesn't take. That takes longer than 1 minute to do it, even if
No.
you're really good at
Yeah,
it.
that's insane.
so do they
Unless they're allowed to do it while their chute's open too. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
Accounting.
accounting.
I actually have two more here for you. First one here is hair cutting.
Oh my god.
That we talk about shaving and everything like hair cutting. I mean, I guess when the person's hair is flying above them, if you have long hair, maybe it's I don't know, but this Israeli hairdresser cut this person's hair while skydiving above the skies of northern Israel. The event, which occurred on the 25th of April in 2007, was an attempt again at Guinness records. Everything seems to be
They're always
caused by
trying to
records.
break them, eh?
She was skydiving in tandem with her instructor and cutting hair. Like that's crazy.
That is
You obviously can't expect
have a good haircut.
good haircut,
Yeah,
like-
unless I guess it depends on how they're like. Maybe if they're just using a razor and shaving, that's technically a
I don't know.
haircut. But like having like a styled hair, maybe they are really good at it. I don't know, but that's pretty. Yeah, like especially like if I don't even know how you can even. That's the last thing I would want to do is get a haircut falling
Exactly.
from the sky.
And the very last one, that it's not people, it's what they do. It's what these people are taking with them, and it's jumping with their pets. Like I can't even imagine that. Like my pets would probably die. Like
Yeah.
they'd probably freak out so much. Some obviously like it. I mean, we'll find a picture to post, I'm sure. But the article that I read was this guy took his cat. Like I've heard of dogs. People put their
Yeah, I
dog
was
like a
gonna
little.
say, I've seen
pictures of little chihuahuas and tied up in their.
yeah,
One guy even had a wingsuit with his dog.
little dog.
But this one, this is big fluffy cat, and it was by itself.
Oh my god.
Like it wasn't attached to him. So again, I'll try and find the pic. I'm sure I'll find it somewhere. But it shows this. Like I said, this cat's just floating by himself. Like
That's
what
crazy.
What if you lost?
Yeah. What if something happened where you couldn't get to the cat quick enough, or if you went too far, or if you passed out while doing it, your cat's dead.
Yeah.
Like,
Obviously, he had
all
he had
cats
been
land
killed.
on their feet. Hopefully.
But
Yeah, no, that's I mean, if you guys know of anything that you'd like to include, maybe you've heard of some other stories, or maybe you have some other animals falling from the sky, preferably ones that are free falling and are going to be safe. Let us know. Throw us a link down below or a comment, or do what you need to do. We'd like to hear from you guys.
as always, like and share the video.
Don't forget to subscribe as well, because if you subscribe, you get daily updates from us. So
More the merrier, and we have contests and stuff.
Yep.
Always going on. So like, share, subscribe, and check us out on Facebook /UpTillNoon.
And as well as on Facebook, we've got these wicked mugs for sale for about $20. It's a picture of them, high definition quick picture. You can see what they're all about. And as always, and as always, guys, thanks for staying up till noon.
Hey everyone, wasn't that a great episode? Click above me to see our previous video.
If you're binge watching and want to check out the next one, click right up here.
Check us out on all of social media's finest platforms such as Facebook,
Twitter,
Instagram.
our Google Plus, and our Snapchat username is UpTillNoon.
Visit our website above.
UpTillNoon.com.
We'll take you to where you want to go for all our social media links. Yeah!